Alright. I think I had a request for another Dimensional Portal challenge, which was the Dominion one. Where is that? It's on the right side somewhere. Or maybe it's not. I don't know. Oh, right. It's... yeah, okay. Alright, Dominion's Reign. This one was kind of annoying. So, you know, you have Tethys, which is just a horrible champion for this. I mean, I could argue she's just a horrible champion, but especially for this challenge because of the 2 corruption on strike, she's just so bad. You know, because obviously she has no health whatsoever. So unless you're going to high roll a Phase Blessing, you're going to have some issues. She's probably not going to do much. And your best bet is to try to get Conduit, because the way to get through this challenge, in my opinion, is to put a bunch of Conduit on a floor and blast things with spells, because your units are just going to do so much damage to themselves with Corruption on strike. And really, you know, it's a challenge. The only good thing about it is that you have Pyre Dominion, really. Like, I don't consider any of these mutators to be positive. I mean, obviously, Die by Sword and Pyre of Glass are just objectively not positive, but I also think Dominion's Reign is not positive. I think it's basically just saying that you have one less unit slot to work with, because honestly, none of the Stygian and you know, you're either getting strike-based effects, or I don't know, in some cases it can be good to get the buff where it brings out a unit, but for the most part you don't get much use out of these things, because again, you don't really want to be striking the enemy that much, in my opinion. But that being said, sometimes it works. You know, I think I did technically, if you can get like a large stone on a sweeper and quick, then that can be okay for a little bit. It still is, or, well, you can't really get both. That's the problem. Because, like I said, you have one, is like one or the other. Take your pick. So, the main goal, I will say, is we want to just get a deck that doesn't have to strike the enemy, and that doesn't rely that much on units, and that we can just kill things with spells. So that'll be the game plan. Alright, well, we got Phase Blessing. I mean, you could technically just re-roll until you start with Phase Blessing, but that's a lot of re-rolls. I don't think you really need to do that, but you're certainly like, this is a run that should be winnable, since it's like such a key card. So this will allow us to use something like a Coccalia right now. Coccalia will get a ton of corruption applied to it because of the sweep. Every single unit hit counts as a strike. So, say I strike 3 enemies on the floor, I get 6 corruption applied to myself. So you really, even with a Phase Blessing, it might not be enough in a lot of cases. But certainly the spells here are great. Titan's Grat also just really high damage, especially when we can get some Conduit going. And then we got Seraph Dominion. Well, we already got Corruption anyway, so that's actually not that bad. And then Loop, Strixen Hollow, who cares? Archaon could be tough, but Phase Blessing should hopefully fix some of that. Drain can be okay. Sometimes you can just drain Tethys, and then Tethys can, like, live. But the other option is Urchin Spines, just to get really big hits. You know, Urchin Spines plus Titan Grat's a good combo. Gives us a good consume remove target, but Drain gives us a good double stack target. So both of them give us a good shop upgrade. Both of them are good on their own. Titan's Tooth is definitely the odd man out here. I'm not taking that in any case. It's just not that good of a card. But Drain and Urchin Spines are very good cards. I lean toward the Drain, maybe. The only thing that's bad about the Drain is that I already have the Titan's Grat, so it's like now I got 4 cards that randomly discard. That might push me more toward Urchin Spines. I really don't need Tethys. I mean, if I don't get offered Conduit, then she's useless anyway. You know, if I'm draining her, then I'm, you know, whatever. So if I'm taking it just to drain Tethys, probably just take the Urchin Spines. Okay, we can get overstacking with a Hexalation, we get Cover of Night, which really doesn't help us, or Moonlit Glaive, which is just the choice. Let's be honest, that's such a broken card. And here you kind of see, like, both these units basically just are down in upgrade. Like, who cares about 10 strike and apply Corruption 20? They'll be strong in the early game, but all that being said, I like the guard here because then we can get a proper tank. If we can just get a Dualism or a Titanite, that'll be solid. Sentinel, I guess. Obviously, the upgrade here is useless on it, but Nightingale could make better use of the upgrade technically. But, yeah, just Sentinel. It's more self-sustaining and whatnot. Alright, Conduit, absolutely take Conduit. It's the only use you'll ever get out of this champion on this challenge. Muting the enemy. It hurts in the early game, honestly, because there's those units that damage themselves. Probably just take the Mage Blade, honestly. As good as Sigiled Seaweed is, we already have the Moonlit Glaive. It's adding a lot of damage. So we just want to try to get a... Oh yeah, and we got the Dominating Control and Cold Kalia. Not really what I'd want, but whatever. Try to get a large stone, I guess, on Cold Kalia. I don't know. Not really, though, because maybe just an armor incant would be alright. Because we do want Tethys on the floor, I think. And I could put Glaive on Cold Kalia. Mark of Invasion should be fine. I think we'll go like that up there. And we'll go double guard down below, I think. Just to maximize the incants. We don't have any conduit actually right now that I think about it. So Phase Blessing is not necessarily doing much. Yeah, and these don't actually give us any damage. I don't know, I was brain farting that Pyre of Dominion. I forgot that it's removing the starting cards, so I actually don't have any conduit right now. That's okay though, just get this going. Go like this for now. Of course, it spawns on the worst possible floor. Why wouldn't it? Granted, I guess if it spawned bottom, we weren't going to get it with this. Had I gotten 2 Titan's Grants, maybe. Alright, well, you're dead. Let's get you, kill that at least. We'll put this here. Bolt Disco Blade. I don't know why this is giving... Oh, right. Because I have conduit here. Well, I may need to keep you alive for a little bit longer then. Nice. That 2 conduit actually goes pretty far with the Razor Throwing Cressa. I guess I do technically have conduit. I forgot that there's a little bit of conduit on Conduit Tethys. I mean, it makes sense with the name and everything. Crypt Builder is just worse than Titan's Grat right now for the most part. I think we just take the Offering Token to open up maybe a future Crypt Builder. Either way, it's a good incant. Out of these, definitely probably just Phase Blessing. I don't know about Gravity. I mean, since we're not getting Conduit here, I mean, if I could also argue, since we're not getting Conduit, maybe I don't take this Phase Blessing and I take Starstruck. Starstruck would be better into this Archeon, I think. We'll take Starstruck. The Merchant of Steels are just so bad in this one because they only got one slot per unit, but I also at the same time kind of need it. If I could get a Large Stone or Armor Incant on Colcalia, I think that would be pretty good. Even Armor Incant though is not really gonna work. Like I cannot keep up with the corruption. So I just Large Stone just allows her to like maybe do a little more. If I go to the Luna Coven, I could get some Conduit if I can get Lunar Priestess, which would be nice. If I go to the right, how do we have so little money? I guess not killing the correct collector sucked, but we took the trial. Got Consumer Move. I mean, I guess Double Stack also works for Urchin Spines, but it's not super impactful at the moment. Double Stack probably would go on Starstruck, maybe. Plus 10 would be good on a Phase Blessing, but at 175 it can't reroll comfortably. So if it's giving me Surge Stone, I'd probably just have to use Surge Stone. Probably use it on one of the Titan's Grats, I guess. Stygian Manners really aren't that good for this run. I already got the best one anyway with the Guard of the Unnamed, just because it can stick around, and technically it kills bosses pretty well with a Corruption Strike. I think we should go left. Alright, Dualism, we can put that on one of these guards. It also makes the corruption amount go up. Another annoying thing, I don't know the code on this, but I swear the only useful Dominion upgrade like never shows up. I swear it just never fucking shows up, which is the one that summons the other unit. Like I swear it shows up like 1/10 the rate that the others do. And obviously it wouldn't help us right now, but if we do get a Fey unit, we would definitely want that. That being said, I just don't think we take these. I mean, Selene Acolyte is not gonna... I mean, it does have pretty good, potential here with the Razor Thin Crescent, but I just can't keep the unit alive. So we'll skip them. Need a gold anyway. And we'll go Dualism on one of these. That's really good. And Armor Incant. And I guess to some degree this isn't that much worse than Dualism if all I care about is armor. And I kind of think I will just put two of these guards on the floor together. Which means, I don't know, I would have liked... Titanite would be better. Titanite in a way is still... I don't know. These steels don't look amazing. Oh, that one looks good. So one more steel, maybe two more steels. I think we just bite the bullet and take this. And I don't think we're going to be using Colcalia. It's just going to be two guards and Conduit. Tethys. And I need a way to keep her alive though. I mean, she's not that important right now. She may just not actually be used much. I'll put the one that has Dualism behind. That way she can survive for the boss. Put Colcalia middle here. Better for collector killing. That'll die. Luckily we have no correct... See, this is what your goal is with Tethys, to never have Tethys attack. So I've actually prevented quite a lot here, which is pretty nice. Let's put this here. We can do this. This one at 50/50, so that's good. So we'll wreck these other bosses with all that corruption. For sure. And not really what I wanted to see. Could take the flash freeze. Yeah, only got the Star Strike for killing the back line right now. I think I like it. Meddler. It's only really good if I get a, I don't know. It's only really good if I get the, Fey artifact. Then it's a source of conduit. I could still speculatively take it. At least gives me some control over my moon phase to some degree. Otherwise it's gravity, which would be a way to overstack, but now we know we're not getting a Fey, the proper Fey unit. So our ability to get conduit is going to be tougher from here on out. I think we take this though, and in case we can get that artifact, I think we should search for it, so this trinket should get hit instead of the steel. We kind of planned on that anyway. And this trinket needs to get hit. That's easy. I mean, this side sucks anyway. Those are our only options for trinkets. If there's any Herzl Horde, we could take that. We'd have to give up the steel. I don't know that I want to give up an Empyrean Wall. But we'll have to see. If we don't have a good dupe by then, it could be worth it to go this side. Merchant of Magic is more useful than a Merchant of Steel at this point, for sure. So we don't need Pyre Health. Merchant of Arms. Highly doubt there's that much useful to us at this point. Maybe a Stasis on Tethys would be pretty good. I could say that. Stasis item. Merchant of Magic could be good. I mean, just getting a +10 on a Phase Blessing would go a long way. Surge Stunning one of the Titan's Grats would go a long way. Other than that, though, there's not that much that's super impactful for me. And then it's like Stygian Banner, probably not useful. Let's review arms. I always, you know, even with all these hours, I still have to do this each time at Ring 3. I feel like it's just very useful to try to figure out which side I want to go to. So pretty much all these equipment are bad. Other than, even the Meat Shield's not that good. I would put the Meat Shield on Conduit, I guess. I guess Overgrowth Carapace sometimes. I feel like it's been so long since I actually got to use Overgrowth Carapace. Stasis Crystal will be good, but it's a rare, so you're not going to find it that often. Void Armament would not be good. Boiler Room's fine, but maybe not needed since I have Conduit Tethys. Enchanted Chamber would be good. Planetarium would be good. See, that's the way to get Conduit. Enchanted Chamber also just kind of is good. You know, it doesn't give me the Conduit, but it's still giving me a lot of what I want. So those are good. For sure, the rooms are pretty good here. Echo Vault to some degree is good. Spell Sanctum's not needed. Weapons cache should be fine since I got the Mage Blades. Inferno Room's fine. It actually saves me a lot of headache. Zone of Silence, fine, I guess. Stygian Siren Song might be okay. Doubt we need that. And then this is probably the weakest of the new Monster Train 1 equipment, I would say. Certainly wouldn't spend money on it. I wouldn't even take it for free. Just a wasted card in the deck. But Eclipse Chamber, not really useful. I mean, I do have technically a silent unit, but I just don't care about them that much. They're throwaways in this deck. The Planetarium would be very good, though. That would move me toward making wanting to take a pip upgrade. Then I get a lot of Conduit. Well, I think there's certainly some good stuff there, but I could still totally brick. Whereas if I go to the right, I know I got enough money to reroll comfortably. I can always at least do plus 10 and a Surge Stone. And with this thin of a deck, it's a Pyro Dominion deck, those upgrades are more felt because I'm just hitting them more often. Cost reduction could be fine, I guess. It's not really super needed with Conduit, but I don't know that Conduit Tethys will live. Double stack and consumer move, they're okay. I would definitely prefer the consumer move. Like, the double stack seems like overkill for the Urchin Spines. I think it actually might be better for me to go to the right. There's more guaranteed just non-brickage. Double stack. Holy Stone, these are not what I really wanted. Well, if it's times 5 event, a Surge Stone as well. It's really annoying. Yeah, if it's times 5 event, I can't really prime anything that well here, so we'll just have to live with the fact that we don't have a good times 5. I'd rather check and see if there's a good spell I can double stack. Let's take a look at this first. Well, we finally got this upgrade that we normally would want, but at the cost of adding a banner unit that, I wouldn't want to take an Ember upgrade, so skip, sorry. Interesting. I'd be very sad if there's a planetarium on the other side. I'm pretty tempted to do this. I mean, sure, if I get additional points in Conduit, I get a little bit more Conduit stacks on Tethys, and I get more Ember reduction, but right now, all my spells cost 1 anyway. And honestly, I don't know, obviously if I play multiple spells, then that's more Ember I'm getting from Tethys compared to this, but this gives me Ember every turn. It gives me 2 pip on every turn, and I get a draw upgrade. Yeah, I mean, this is made for Tethys. Bye-bye. Now, I know we just gimped this Razor's Thin Crescent a little bit, but I don't care. I mean, I think overall this is hopefully bound to turn out positive for us. I Surge Stone one of these. I'm going to make one of these cheaper. We always want to play this. Now, the question is, do I double stack Starstruck? Or do I reroll for better stuff? I mean, I'm still going to reroll for the plus 10. But if I take this and reroll, then I'm not getting any of the big upgrades. Like, do I care about consumer move more than, the chance at consumer move, really? I do have some control over my moon phase. I think I'm fine taking this. Reroll. It's expensive. Yeah, given those, I'm glad we did this. And then I want plus 10 there on the 0 cost one. Now I have a good dupe target with that. Granted, I got armor incant units, so it's like even less useful, but it is what it is. The Mage Blade isn't that important really, because my Corruption will do a lot of damage and I just do the rest with spells. So we can go here. Could put her in, she's just not going to be useful though. I think we'll go like this, because I can replenish that health and just start stacking armor in the back. Just bait her out top. Alright, we can get this in here too. Just gives us control over the moon phase. We'll do this for the incant. Nice, that turned out well. Just put this here for now. is full moon. Let's hit you with that. Doing a good job with Siphon so far, but yeah, I mean, if I can stack this, keep you alive too. I do want to keep this like that. So I don't care too much about siphoning here, I suppose. Do that just for the spell weakness. Alright, we got him. So you can see here we had no conduit there, and we're still able to do it. So if you do miss on conduit, there's options. Now we do have Coven Spike. That is something. I will say now that we don't have conduit to this, an Ember upgrade starts to make a little more sense. Granted, am I hitting any Merchant of Arms, I wonder? I don't think so. So I may not be able to make use of Deployment Ember, but either way, Ember upgrade would make more sense to try to make Coven Spike a thing. I just don't know how much. It's just such a not that good card, I feel, but I don't know. It's probably worth. Siren of the Sea is definitely an okay unit for this challenge. I still say the guard is better though. I don't think we need these. So do I take Ember? Or draw? I still have to get like a consumer move on the spike to even make Ember make sense. And we're not even really hitting Merchant of Magics other than that one. It's not a high likelihood that I actually can use this to that super good degree. Kind of feel like maybe just draw. For now. Google left. Circle of Cycles, Scales. They're okay. Circle of Cycles and Scales okay. I'm not taking Pyrostone. Take a look here first. Wow, they're just really wanting us to well, I know it doesn't let it. I only seem to get this when I'm doing dimensional challenges, and it doesn't seem like it gives us the mastery, so I won't take that just for the mastery. I mean, 50, this is really good for this challenge, since like I said, like a lot of these units just don't want it. Like, it sucks though, because like, I don't even know who I would really put it on. You know, not a lot of them really make a whole lot of sense. I mean, I'll put it on somebody. I guess Cold Kalia, at this point, there's really no need for her to have sweep. The other things at least have abilities that make sense, and I don't want to lose those abilities. This is basically a large stone, which is what I wanted on her anyway, and she can kind of go on the floor. I mean, I can spam It's probably better than Silent Sentinel, honestly, in a lot of these fights, but, you know, I'll have to spam armor on her. Well, wait, she doesn't have sweep, right? So it's not like she'll get that much corruption. I think it's okay. I think we reroll for something better. Orrery works. Makeshift Ember upgrade. Mark of Invasion. Well, for this, we're just going to put Cold Kelly up top. Put both of them down here. Dualism, one in back. Put it in front of the other fight, but that was probably a mistake. Put one Silent Sentinel here, and one up here. Alright, I keep forgetting. It's going to be so hard for me to remember that this unit does not have sweep. I mean, I guess this still just works for here for now, but... Very tempted to just get a big spike here, since I don't particularly need to do much else. I don't know, though. I got a lot of pyre health. I can just take a few hits here. And again, do I even need the Titan's the spike to be big here? Why don't I just do this? Yeah, it's fine. I guess I hold this. I don't know. I really don't need to hold it. Just do it for the end. Put this up here if I wanted to get another hit. I'm okay taking some damage. Let's do that. Oh, I forgot the fucking Pyre Blast. Jesus, that was so much actual damage right there. Oh, what are you gonna do? I just need to prepare for the boss, really. I need some conduit to make these mage blades do a bit more damage, I think. Is it worth it to keep this guy alive? You'll kill one of them. We do want to keep him alive. Kill that. You'll heal next turn with your ability. I guess I can just do that. Dead, but let's make sure he's like really dead. Alright, 30 damage taken. I forgot that Mark of Invasion needs to be maybe skipped in this one a lot of the time. That was not worth the gold to lose that much pyre health. You know, Glacial Seal's not horrible for this challenge, but certainly not great. Probably just won't take it. The only thing I would take here is Crystalline Seeds, if anything, and that would just be for a Ring 7 Mark of Invasion. And even then, it's probably not worth taking. I had suggested that Crystalline Seeds should be reworked into a room or equipment, because literally no one ever uses that spell. It's just like a nothing spell. Lunacy is pretty good. Cosmic Bolt is also pretty good. But I think because we lack Conduit, Lunacy... I mean, obviously it's worse at applying Conduit than Coven Spike is, but I can replay it, which, with the amount of draw I have, is good. Do I have a good dupe? I feel like this Phase Blessing is still a good dupe, but I also am lacking actual spell damage. I'm thinking maybe Surge Stone Titan Grat could be good. But still run into awkward situations with having two of them. Merchant Steel is not completely useless. I do need some health or Armor Incant on the Meddler. That's really it though. I guess Titanite on a Silent Sentinel will be alright. If not that, some health or something. Armor Incant, I don't know. Health would be best since they do a full heal. Armory's hit or miss. So if I don't have a great dupe, is it better just to like go to the right? And I don't really have anything I need to remove. Especially if I'm going to add, you know, some plus damage, Phase Blessing. Phase Blessing is probably not worth duping here. It would be nice to get cost reduce Lunacy. Or get a Consume Remove on Coven Spike. Is there any other steals that I would hit? The final one, I guess. It does kind of suck having the Meddler at low health, but Meddler's not that important. Like, it's just there for Starstruck right now, and it may only ever be that. I think maybe the right is better for us. And there's a free artifact. Spell Chain. These are not really what I'm looking for. Alright, this is fine. Get some Conduit. Any little bit of Conduit helps. I may just not remove anything. I don't know. I really don't know what to remove here. The Urshan Spines, maybe? I don't know. Spell Chain. Could Spell Chain the Offering token. It's not that good though. Holy Stone. Could do that. But if I get a Consume Move, it's going on Coven Spike. So we got the plus 10. We could put that here. That's probably more useful than putting on the other Phase Blessing right now, honestly. Then I have a big damage that I can reuse. I could Spell Chain that, if anything. That is not a horrible Spell Chain. Alright, these are not what I want. Make that cheaper, though. And I could also make this cheaper, I guess. Make it in the opener. It's fine. I don't want to Surge Stone anything. Flash Freeze could be something I remove, but right now it just doesn't really make sense for me to do that. There's a lot of turns I will want to remove 2 units from the back. I don't have flat AoE removal. This is fine. We definitely want to set up bottom against this. This guy can wreck you in this challenge. Just out-sustains you. Let's put Conduit on this. I think it would get double Conduit, right? Oh. Seems inconsistent with other times that I've seen that thing in action, but whatever. I think the Silent Sentinel is still better than Cold Kalia. Both use armor. Give you some of that. I don't want to take extra damage. Guess I could have played that first and gotten 1 ember back. Oops. There's some ember. Dead. I guess it's dying anyway. Either way, we'll limit our strikes. Could start with that, get more energy, but this is seeming like, I don't know. Kind of want to daze that. Let's go there. Might as well do this now. Just get rid of this. I can't actually make use of it. Should have just got some cost reduction on it, honestly. Don't think we want any of these. Guardian's Amulet would be sometimes okay, but yeah. Okay, Duality we're taking. That's super good. Big pickup, definitely a card you always want in this challenge. The heal's useful. It's attuned. You can target enemies. Anything. It's so good. Do we still want trinkets here? Probably. We want the Pyro too. Judge's Scales could allow us to try to search for other cards, but not really. What about Celestial Sails? Celestial Sails, non-damage spell, is always going to get... That could be a good one to get Coven Spike out sometimes, I would say. Fate's Blessing's okay to draw. Lunacy's okay to draw. Offering Token, not amazing, but usable. Urchin Spine's pretty bad. Is it worth 135 gold? I don't know. Eclipse Chamber. And we do have the Silent Sentinel. It's just not that useful, though. So probably just skip these. I mean, I could put the Iron Tongue on the Silent Sentinel, but that actually just accelerates the corruption that you gain on yourself. I mean, Glass Cannon could work because I got a bunch of armor, but I don't know. Even that's 25 health is nice to have, just in case I need it. And I'll still do more than 50, I think, in a lot of cases. I will take this. Pyre Tap? That could allow me to play the Coven Spike, but it's, yeah, 3 damage from every source, so it's actually kind of bad there. Still probably usable, but Silent Sigil might be nice. That could allow me to extend the health on the Silent Sentinel. Wing Clippings is also like okay here, but not that great. I'll take this. Not super great trinkets other than our first one. Then I guess if we count the Cavern one, it's pretty good. So if we go bottom, that's probably fine. There's no Revenge or Incant or anything. Let's put this here. There. Looks like we got Phased Blessing. Just put it there, nice. Put you there. It's so awkward when I get like all these cards at once here. Haste. We want to kill that. I guess I'm using duality on that. I want to take this. I don't know why, but it seems like, even though we got pretty much a double draw upgrade and a 23 card deck, it just seems like I'm taking forever to draw through this deck for some reason. Definitely gotta kill that one. Not that that matters that much. I think it's good that we keep the Flash Freeze. I want to hit this Gratitude this turn. And I do need the Phase Blessing to keep you alive. So I'll do that. I guess we're just not playing this. I need an Ember upgrade after seeing this fight. For sure. Ember upgrade would be very welcome. She's almost dead. I do like it when the fights are nice enough to like display to me the upgrades that I need. Do I keep you alive? Horrible discards. Guess I could have played one spell first, since if I was doing that play I couldn't, you know, play both anyway, so I probably should have done that, but whatever. Let's get rid of this piece of crap. Alright, probably useful to get this in. That's already good enough. going to need more to get through the end game if we're barely getting through it at the end there, even with Strix dead before, you know, any of that happened. Ritual Tome, I guess, could work here. This card's been growing on me. I still don't like it, but it's been growing on me. It's obviously just, I don't know, Corruption's a good example, though, of it just not being that useful. Like, it's not going to really do anything to make a dent in the corruption that I'm facing. And we also got to think about, we're against Dominion. Things have been... I mean, at Titanskin 2, kind of any little bit of help helps. Yeah, we'll take it, because the other cards are just probably a no-go. I would really need a consumer move blocked in for me to take the Gifts for a Guard. It's starting to look a little rough. Maybe we still go to the right. You're just allergic to consumer move, I guess. Plus 10 on Duality could be good. Permafrost. Which one's cheaper? Permafrost. I'll take the cheaper one here. Just to get that a little cheaper. I'm not going to consumer move that or anything. Alright, well, we don't even get consumer move, it looks like. Spell Chain there could be good. Spell Chain there could be good. Spell Chain here is probably just better. Yeah. And this is not too useful to me. Probably I just get rid of the Flash Freeze this way. Make it cheap. This is probably the dupe. And I am also thinking maybe this phase Blessing is the dupe. It's Dominion I'm worried about, but I also need to do a lot of damage, and Duality might do that. But it also costs energy, which even with my Ember upgrade is not so easy for me to accomplish. So I don't know, this is definitely enticing to some degree. Could also just get another guard. Dualism Guard is not horrible. I don't really need the Silent Sentinel at that point. Though they can still just sit on their floor and do things. Yeah, maybe a Dualism Guard is okay. I guess these Dualism Guards apply the Dualism Corruption to themselves as well, though, which could be a problem. Maybe this is actually a better dupe. Kind of forgot that the Dualism, I think, does apply to the... You know, this Die by the Sword. We'll have to pay attention. I actually don't know off the top of my head if it has been doing that. I'll dupe the Duality. I hope it's not a mistake. Heaven's Seal. Yeah. This is a fucking, for sure, annoying fight. We still gotta set up bottom. But, you know, that's what it is. Useless. Really? Alright, well. Do that. They'll have... this is just the worst fucking fight for us imaginable. This here... Kind of glad we took it though. If the Silent Sky comes in, I can't use my ability, but I think the Silent Sky is after the next wave, if I'm not mistaken. So I do kind of want to get my max. Actually, looks like I'm wrong. This guy has 2 corruption, so duality does not actually affect the corruption, which doesn't make much sense to me. Really, it should be applying extra corruption to himself. But, you know, I'm not going to complain. I won't complain that much, I guess. Here, you can have that. You can have that, I guess. There's no silencer here. Bye-bye. Let's get the other one in. Some heal there. Some heal there. Looks like that's good enough. We can daze you, do that. So let this guy go down to health, since the armor's probably overkill to some degree. Urchin Spines is looking a little more needed now that I'm seeing these tanks. Too many spell chains, apparently. Alright, they're dead. I'm not gonna mess with it. Certainly the bosses die fast. Yeah, that's always welcome. Unfortunately, we don't really benefit from Mooncaller. I could take another Coven Spike, but Glittering Drought might be better. It's 4 Conduit for 1. I can actually play this unlike the spikes. Honestly, if we beat this, which I think we will, I gotta say, I think this is, in my opinion, an example of somewhat of a low roll run. I know there's some good stuff here, but every run will have some good stuff. In my opinion, Conduit was very hard to find. We never got that much Conduit. We've made do with what we found. And like, I mean, really just starting with the Phase Blessing was good, but they're not like amazing Phase Blessings. Because I'm not super high on Conduit. They're not attuned. Like, I don't have like the good Conduit cards, really, in my opinion. And I don't know, the rares have sucked. Other than Duality. Duality's good, obviously. Nothing special with the units, I feel. It's like I'm winning with a Guard of the Unnamed, which is fine, I guess. But I think we do want to dupe. I need to dupe the Phase Blessing, I think. Yeah, we'll do that. All right, Pirestone Housing. Now that's a bit of a high roll. We definitely should take that, I think. Endless, Smidgestone, additional armor incant. I think additional armor incant on the dualism guard will go long. So I'll definitely do that. I might just dupe that unit then I just don't need the other thing. So yeah, I could go. Now I'm getting way big armor. Endless. I just want some health here for sure. Could also just Smidgestone a, one of these and then they fit, but I don't know. I am leaning toward this this guard dupe. We have the Ember for it. Endless, not super useful to me, I think. But I could use that maybe on this. Does kill my draw, but it draws Dominion off my floor. But maybe I don't care that much with the amount of armor I'm gonna have. And I can daze Dominion to deal with him too. I could also dupe the Daze card, which might be better for this fight. If I can keep Dominion dazed, then that will be good. Titanite. I could Titanite that. That moves me more toward wanting to almost dupe that. I don't know that I dupe the guard. Could Titanite that. I got Dualism. I could just Dualism that. I could also just Dualism this, because then I have spell weakness. I could actually start using this for the spell weakness if I want to Titanite this guard. I can Dualism this and put Conduit on it. And then I'm duping Starstruck, I guess. I like that, I think. So we'll do that. That's a way to get some Conduit. I need it. And we'll Titanite you. These are things that are fine to do. Ooh. Yeah. Take that. Anything removable? Not really. We'll just hold this extra gold. So, yeah, just to limit the amount of corruption, we just want to keep you-know-who double-stacked for all-time. Seraph. And we do want backline clear in this fight anyway for the whatchamacallits. Do I go bottom 4? I feel like I do. Spread out our stuff here a little bit. You're going in the front. You're going to go here, I suppose. Though really back here might make more sense. I do want you to stay alive for sure. Put you guys on different floors. We are not in full moon, but we will be now. I could also just silence this guy, but I think I'll silence the bottom floor more so. Let's give you some more conduit. We've already procced that. So we'll do this. Worst discard possible. Well, I can finish him off after. Super annoying. Might as well do that. Get the spell weakness in. Should have done that first. My bad, but still be able to finish him off. Let's go. There. Keep you dazed. Keep maybe you dazed. We've already hit that. I should have played that first. I can let one of these waves through eventually here. Do that. That guy will... This guy will die to corruption. This guy's dazed. Really, I should be focusing on this floor, though. These discards are definitely not doing me any good. I should have used that. I keep forgetting to. Oh well. Alright, we're going to take some pyre damage here, but mainly we need to make sure we kill the boss. So that's really the main thing here. Could do that. At least that dies. Those things will do some pretty big damage to us. Fortunately, I'm just not on a good full moon here. Through this. Let's do this. Mage Blade here is probably not the best. This should do the trick though, right? Not quite. It does do a lot of damage. 5. He's down to 100, and I could finish with another duality as long as this isn't killing me. Let's try it. Just gonna Spell weakness 10, I think we'll do the trick here. Well, that was a close one. I think that was a pretty good example of how you can get through this with like minimal support, in my opinion. But it's definitely a lot easier if you can get like the proper Fey units or just proper conduit going on. We got some toward the end, but you know, we're still like doing it with like Guard of the Unnamed and stuff. But you know, I probably could have played better too. But you know, we'll just blame RNG. That's the better thing to do. It's really annoying that you can't make challenges out of these, huh? You could do that in the first game if you had any of your challenge runs. I don't know why they made it this way. But, yeah, whatever. Yeah, it was a fun run, actually, I think. Not really what I thought I would end up doing, but we ended up just using mainly Guard of the Unnamed. Meddler was there, helping a little bit with Starstruck. Starstruck was important. I do think we made the right call with Starstruck. I mean, without dazing Seraph, then you would have seen we would have barely survived at all with our units in that fight. But yeah, anyway, as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.